Hey everybody, welcome to the inaugural Fat Sundays video blog, I guess, or whatever you're going to call it. What we decided, me and my Scott have been talking about for a long time, about setting up a video, basically reviewing our league, the matchups each week, maybe a couple of our sleeper picks, top performances, whatever it may be, making fun of people. That's also what our job is. Scudder can't make it today, so I thought, Scudder can't be here. Apparently he's doing something they call a job. Some people work. I don't know why you'd ever do something so silly. Me, I prefer to stay home and watch football all morning and watch TV shows and study fantasy football 24/7. You know, I'm not really that good at it, but I enjoy doing it. Anyway, Scudder can't be here today, so I've got a special guest. Just hold tight. I'm going to bring him in. Oh, hey, Tom. How you doing, bud? Not too shabby. So me and Tom are going to be hosting this edition today. Tom, really good to see you, buddy. You're looking better every time I see you. I'm pretty excited to see you guys beat the Broncos and ruin Adam's day on November the 2nd. Basically, we're going to go through today the weekly matchups. There's a couple good matchups this week, starting with the first one, the Bears against Napoli. Me. This has been a long rivalry. It goes back to originally when me and the Bears played for the championship back in 2007. Alders was riding this guy, Tom Brady. Thanks, Tom, for the touchdowns. Led me to the championship. And the best part about winning the championship that week was I had the Bears defense and Devin Hester. So I rode those punt returns to the championship. And obviously, old gingerbread man will never be able to live that down. I know this year he did win the championship last year, although it does have an asterisk because he was on mute the whole time and didn't say a single thing even though he won the championship. Pretty embarrassing, really, Grant. You should get that trophy back. Anyways, match of me and the Bears. I had Bobby Randy playing last night. I was all excited. He had a couple fumbles, but thank goodness Lovie Smith was so mad at his whole team that he kept playing Bobby Randy anyways. Got me 11.5 points. I'll take that. Anyways, we're going with the Napoli with the big win over the Bears this week. The Bears, really, your team's pathetic. You're made up of the Bears. The Bears. I actually picked the Jets defense up Monday night just to play you on purpose. So every time I get an interception, it's a 6-point swing. Colors due for 2 or 3. So we'll go with Napoli on that one. One for the home team. Right, buddy? High five. Perfect. All right, the next matchup is D's Nuts against Sunday's Booze and Doobs. Sunday Booze and Doobs, McWayne, no offense, man, you're probably the worst team in fantasy football history. I look for Scudder to win this one in a landslide. Next matchup, we got Donairs Make Me Poop against Pachoco, whatever the freaking kind of name that even is. But he find a real name. Anyways, it's basically the battle of the garbage wide receivers. You guys both have good quarterbacks. The wide receivers are kind of junky. The defenses are both pretty good. Seattle, San Fran. I'm going with Donairs Make Me Poop with this one. I think he just comes through when he needs to. All right, so good Donairs Make Me Poop. Next one, we got High Crime Crooks going against Big Daddy Bronco Balls. Obviously, this is a good matchup. It's really tight. A lot of good players on either side. I think it's going to come down to Vernon Davis if he plays or not. Obviously, that's a big deal for Donairs Make Me Poop. Or, sorry, High Crime Crooks. But I think High Crime Crooks pulls us out. Sorry, Adam. This looks like it's not your week this week. We'll go with the High Crime here and old Skinny Gilbert. Next matchup, we got Taste My Nutsack. Basically, the guy that's a deal breaker and the guy that's greasy, Mike Cameron, against Roethlisberger. Just for the fact that Taste My Nutsack is starting Shawnee Green, he ain't going to win. So we'll go with Roethlisberger this week. He's going to go and pull the victory. All right. Next matchup is TD Machine, worst name ever, against Bitches Loves Grapes. One of the best names ever. Tony, you got too many Dolphins on your team. You're going to go down this week. We're going to go with TD Machine. As crappy as that name is. And hey, Hunter, please post something about beating him or be proud of yourself. Do something. Don't be a mute, okay? All right, perfect. Last matchup is Pittsburgh Steelers against the Red Dragons. You know, Red Dragons started Hester. Great pickup. Played him. Turned to be a really good matchup last night for him. Punt return, rushing touchdown. I mean, it was really a good performance. With that, I think Jimmy Graham's going to have a big week. So we're going to ride Red Dragons. He's going to ride Jimmy Graham to the victory. So we'll get Red Dragons victory for that, all right? Now, I thought long and hard about if we were going to do the matchups for the Poop League. Obviously, you guys have a bunch of poop stains. No one really cares about you. But I thought for the sake of doing it, I'm not going to go through all your matchups. But what I'm going to do is just basically look at whoever has the stupidest name and whoever's the dumbest person in the matchup. You're going to lose, all right? So the first matchup is Dirty Pooper. Jody, at least you've taken this to the next level and realized you are a poop stain and you've made your name appropriate. You're playing Martine Co. 49ers. What the frick is a Martine Co.? I don't even know what that is. So dumbest name, Martine Co. You take that home, Matt Boyd. Find a new name. All right. Next matchup, we got Tight and Juicy against the Deal. Anybody who makes their own nickname up, calls himself, hey, I'm the Deal, you lose. Dumb name. Pick up a new nickname, O'Neal. Next one is just two titty marks against Cobra Kai. I don't even know what the hell Cobra Kai is, but anything with titties in the picture is always a winner. So Cobra Kai, you're going down. Next matchup is G-Men against Minister of Offense. Can you get two worse names, honestly? Boys, this is a tie because you're both stupid. Very, very easy. Next matchup, we get the North End Bullies against the Sausage Fingers. The only thing the North End Bullies is doing is bullying Gil's the Sausage Fingers up with pie holes. So basically, I'm going to give the North End Bullies. You're pretty weak, but we'll give you the victory, all right? Next one, Dolphin Dan. Dolphin Dan. Is that a real name? Are you really calling yourself Dolphin Dan? Dan Marino? That guy was done 20 years ago. You're worse than Scudder. You're playing the Frankencock. The Frankencock is one of the best names that we've ever had in fantasy football. So just by having a Dolphin of any sort in your name, you lose. You're terrible. Go find a new league. Next matchup, we got Chet whatever it is, to suck my cock, whatever his name is, against Big Fat Belly. You know what? With the name of Chet, I can't even spell. You lose automatically behind him. Buddy, you should have won last year. You should have made the playoffs. You're just a free fall. There should actually be a second relegation league to the Diarrhea Stains, and that should be you. You should be out. All right, guys, that's my picks for this week. Very short and simple. Next week I'll have Scudder here, so we can do a little bit of battling back and forth. Obviously, it's just me right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to throw a couple of top performers this week. So basically, it's players that I think are going to have huge weeks. Obviously, Julio Jones or Matt Ryan already played, so I think they're obvious they're going to have a good week. But I got a couple guys besides that. A couple basic ones that I thought top performers this week. I think Tom Brady's due. Or at least I hope you are. You're playing the crappy Raiders. All I need is 3 or 4 touchdowns, 350 yards. I know Belichick likes to run up the score when they're winning, so hopefully you can do something. Because I need James Jones to go off. So obviously the Pats are up. They can rest Revis and Jones can go off on their defense. So I'll take that, Tom. Do something for me, please. I know you're staring right now. You're making eye contact. Do something. All right, perfect. I think LeSean McCoy's going to go off this week against the Redskins. I know Sproles had a big week last week. McCoy, the game may be a little bit tighter this week. I think McCoy's going to go off and have a huge week, maybe 150, 160 yards, a couple touchdowns, probably 4 or 5 catches. So that looks like a top performer there. Wide receiver, he's on my team. He's playing against Green Bay. It's going to be a blowout, or not a blowout, sorry, a shootout. Calvin Johnson, I'm looking for 12 catches, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Basically, I'm going to win it with just him against you, Grant. So I hope you enjoy this performance. And last, Tom, I think you're going to go off, and I think he's going to be thrown to the guy that we all hope he was thrown to all year, Gronk. I know this is good news to you, Adam. I'm looking for Gronk to get maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns for sure. He may not play the whole game, but I think he's going to put up a pretty good performance. So we'll go with Gronk there. Couple sleepers of the week. Couple guys that, maybe are off the radar a bit, but I think Tannehill's going to have a good week at quarterback against the Chiefs. He's going to have to be throwing. He wants to kind of show a little bit. He hasn't done much this year. I mean, he's had some half-decent numbers, but this is a week where he can light up the Chiefs defense, who came off a good victory against Broncos, but they're probably wearing out a little bit there, especially with Marino out, Miller a little bit banged up, so they might want to throw the ball. Next, I think running back. I think Jeremy Hill's going to have a big week. I think Cincinnati's going to be up on Tennessee, so of course they're not going to be running Gio as much, and they've always been talking about doing the split, and obviously he had 17 carries last week, so I think he's going to fill a lot of garbage time there. He's going to put up a lot of good points, probably over 100 yards, a couple touchdowns, 2 catches, so he might be a really good play this week. Wide receivers, I'm going to go with some of my team, Devontae Adams. He took over last week from Boykins after he dropped that ball in the end zone. Boykins basically sat down after that. Adams looked pretty good. Green Bay, I'm reading, 88% of the time they play 3 wide receivers, and it's looking like Adams is going to be taking over the starting spot opposite Jordy Nelson with Cobb in the slot. So hopefully he can have a big game for me against the Lions. I probably should play him, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, on the end, Niles Paul, who's had a good season so far, filling in with Jordan Reed. I think he goes off again this week. He's going to have to put up some points. I know the Eagles like to cover the long receivers, so if he can get some stuff underneath there, Kirk Cousins seems to like him as a safety net, and anytime you get a rookie quarterback or a young rookie or second-year quarterback, they like that little safety valve. So I think Niles Paul goes off again. As for a couple picks for the teams that we like, Pats are going to win this week big time. I think the Broncos, Peyton's got a chip on his shoulder. They got destroyed last time by Seattle. Poor Adam. I think you actually made that trip up. You went to South Africa. I think you're actually at home crying because you knew the Broncos get destroyed and you're embarrassed to sit around anyway what's going to happen. Shame on you. Anyways, I think Peyton comes up big this week. I need him for Napoli. I think he's going to make up. I think Tom's going to go off. Tom's going to have a huge week. Dolphins win. I think Dolphins win against Kansas City. Kansas City just isn't what we thought they were. And the Bears. As much as I don't want to say, I think the Bears will win on Monday night. I just need to sort of keep it tight. Hopefully, throw 3 interceptions. And if he throws touchdowns, hopefully it's not the Brandon Marshall. But I think the Bears take it home. The Colts will win this week. For you, Borns, that's good. Rest of you guys, I don't really care about your teams. And most of you guys, I don't even know who half of you are anyways. But you know what? Boys, hopefully it starts something good. Tom was a great film this week. You look great as always, Tom. Wish Giselle was here with you. But you know what? I'm the next best thing. So, anyways, boys, I got to go. Snack time. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Someone needs some food. Don't want to go on a diabetic shock. All right, boys. See you on Tuesday. We're going to do a recap. We'll see you then.